Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that relates to virtual pets and real pets. My question is, can virtual pets provide people with similar emotional support as real pets? For me, I think they can. Before I'm going to talk about this topic, I would like to explore what virtual pets are. Are they tools to us, or we regard them as a family member? And how about their longevity? What's the difference between them and real pets? There are two existing styles that are really common to see. As you can see here, their outlooking are quite different from each other. You can easily find them in all kinds of video games. A second type is Tamagotchi. This is one of the most early types of virtual pets. It was quite popular when it just came out. Compared to the last one, you have a physical connection with them. I remember that I could find a lot of video games about raising a pet when I was in primary school. My mom and dad did not allow me to raise a pet, so such a game is super attractive to me. Just like raising a real pet, we, as pet owners, are responsible for feeding them, keeping them clean, and making sure they are in a good mood. Maybe you'll feel a little bit familiar with this process. And yes, this is quite similar to raising a child. fMRI studies have demonstrated similarities in brain activation patterns when mothers see their children and dogs. I would like to explore the similarities and difference between them from here. Similar brain activities of seeing a dog and a child turn out that there is a connection between children and dogs. This is easy to understand because they both need their mother's care and accompanies. Mothers experience similar feelings of love, care, and affection towards both their children and their pets. But how about virtual pets? People form bonds with them while giving them names, giving them food, and taking care of them. This is exactly what we did to a real pet. And here's an example of this. This also proves that naming virtual pets can be helpful in forming connections with them. They are interactive and they can be a special existence to us. In some cases, virtual pets are more advanced than real pets. They won't break our furniture and we don't need to worry about some physical health problems because they don't have fur and bacteria won't hide it. What's more, we can even determine their outlook. Some species are determined can't be our pets. They might attack us. Keeping a pet that sees you as a source of food isn't enjoyable. Virtual pets satisfy all our imaginations. Tigers, whales, wolves, or even some species that haven't existed. There are numerous advantages to having them, but does that mean they can provide similar emotional support to us? This is hard to say. Children treat virtual dogs similarly to real dogs, but studies suggest that real dogs are seen more as friends, while virtual dogs are viewed as entertainment. To be honest, I can't deny this based on my personal experience. I'm someone who loves both animals and video games. I have a real pet cat, and I also keep a virtual cat in video game. I haven't seen my pet cat in half a year, so I miss her a lot. At the same time, I feed the virtual cat. I give her a name and play with her. However, I can't hug or touch her. The lack of intimate behaviors make it hard for me to see the virtual pet as a living creature. The differences between real and virtual pets are also exemplified by the unstable longevity of virtual pets. While we may feel profound sadness when our pets pass away, we might not have the same feeling for virtual pets. That's because they are fragile. Virtual pets are prone to dying if not properly cared for. In the game Tamagotchi, many players' pets die because they don't know how to take care of them or they forget to do so. A real pet stays with us every day. It's almost impossible for us to forget them because we are busy with something. Nonetheless, I believe that entertainment serves as another form of emotional support for people. While we can't claim that virtual pets are exactly the same as real pets, they still bring us happiness. Take myself as an example. I mentioned earlier that I missed my cat a lot, but I see her shadow in my virtual pet. This means that the virtual pet comforts me when I'm feeling down, reminds me of my pet cat when I miss her, and even helps me calm down when I feel irritated. They may only be a form of entertainment to us, but they still provide support, much like a real pet would. The longevity of virtual pets is determined by their owners. While all animal pet owners form strong bonds with their pets through interaction, the difference lies in how often owners see their pets. Animal pet owners typically see their pets as soon as they return home. In contrast, virtual pets wait alone in electronic devices for their owners. I think we might forget them because we don't spend so much time with them compared to a real pet. On top of that, Wessel from Stanford University suggests that dogs can provide significant emotional support to humans. And sometimes the benefits of raising a dog can even surpass those brought by a spouse. Based on this, they examined whether virtual dogs have the same effect. The results showed that people's stress level decreased when they see a virtual dog, but not when they see a virtual human. This decrease in people's anxiety proves that virtual dogs can indeed provide some positive emotional support to us. Emotional support isn't one-dimensional. As I mentioned earlier, entertainment is another part of it. Additionally, I believe that virtual pets can offer more than just that, such as companionship and meeting our expectations. Currently, virtual pets haven't reached a level of self-awareness. They have the potential to provide even greater support once they develop further in the future.